Yeah.
Speaking of FBI raids,
Was anyone in your safe today, Kev?
no, no. Wow, what the fuck, right?
Well,
What a night to have diarrhea.
you need some probable cause to be able for them to come in and go into your safe, Kev. So anyone we know of that might have had someone in their safe, there's probably a lot of probable cause.
My whole thing is I watched a lot. I watched Fox almost nonstop last night and today, and
Gave you the runs.
yeah, but it's one of those situations where if he didn't do anything wrong, we basically just gave them Trump 2024.
Oh, if it's exonerated and there's nothing found,
Yeah, there's nothing
that's
there.
a problem. Sure.
I mean, because because there was an old saying. This is back in my SPC days. A guy that came up with it was Deming, and Deming would do lectures, and he would say that when somebody gets on a plane and they put down the fuck is that thing called? The tray.
Mhm.
When they put down the tray and there was a coffee stain on it and they hadn't used it yet, they would immediately go, fuck this. Anybody do maintenance on the engines? And that's kind of what this does. So if this witch hunt, is a witch hunt, and so then all of a sudden it's like, well, maybe there was credence to this, maybe there was credence to this. But when they sat there on Fox News this afternoon, they had a panel, and the one lady who's used to be a judge, who's just, I mean, I think they just wind her up just for fucking sound bites. But she's going on about it could just as easily been about something that was going on in Georgia, or he was up in New York for that deposition. She named like 9 things he's involved in. I'm to think of myself like,
yeah, that's a bit of an indictment there. Yeah,
and you're actually fucking on a right wing television show. Like,
they should be kind of excited because
I would be.
They obviously. Probably, I didn't watch it, but they probably are taking the position that he shits ice cream and he hasn't done anything wrong. So this is clearly going to exonerate him publicly. They should be very excited that they went into that scene.
I heard last night when it first came, I was watching this is the typical night for me. I was watching NBA TV. I was watching a 1987 Game 4 Celtics versus the Lakers. So
when they passed the fucking ball.
And I pick up my my phone just to see what's going on, because I've been watching this game for like an hour, and I see where it's Trump's statement. So I walk into the kitchen and my wife's sitting in there with my mother-in-law, and I said, "Fuck!" I said, "Did you hear about the fucking raided Mara Lago today?" She said, "I'm watching it right now." So I sat down and I'm watching this. And at that point, it was 100 agents and, everything else. It ended up being 30 agents. I didn't get where how it was a pre-dawn. They said it was like, nothing coincided with anything they said. Then they said that they went in and nobody had, they went in plain clothes. They didn't have the blue windbreaker with the yellow FBI on it. They went in plain clothes. And, they kept showing the aerial view of Mar-a-Lago. I'm thinking, that motherfucker is worth how many billion? You can't get that roof fixed? Taking fucking blue tarps off the top? What the fuck? But
it's off season. It's too hot. I think it closes down in the hotter months.
Yeah, but I looked at that last night, and then there was like people that were along the beach, like down the road a ways, like they were waiting for a space shot or something. Or just like,
oh, it's like when they line up on the Space Coast when they do the launch.
And they're just like, what were they expecting? Like, are you that fucking stupid that you didn't realize? Like, they showed him on Fox News getting into the back of a Suburban or whatever the fuck he was, in New York City.
Well, more to come on that.
Yeah. Well, like it sure is funny how, and now we've had a week to digest this. The FBI agents did not raid the house. The FBI agents served a warrant. They didn't knock on the door, kick the door in. Fucking, they told the Secret Service they were coming. Secret Service knew they were coming. Trump was gone. So let's just say what it was. So a week's gone by. He has the fucking search warrant. He knows exactly what they're looking for. He knows exactly why they were there. Why should fucking the attorney general have to tell it? Why doesn't, if Trump's fucking not guilty of anything, why doesn't he say, this is what these motherfuckers, I forgot who it was the other day that said, like, if you had a search warrant that said that I had 10 kilos of fucking coke and you came through my house and you didn't find 10 kilos of coke, you don't think I'd be on the fucking script list? I think it was Bill Maher. It's just like, and that's
you actually said that last week too, though. You said,
this
is a great opportunity. Obviously,
so
he's
then,
innocent
so
and
then
there's nothing in the vault.
So 2 days later, he goes to New York on this fucking this business fraud situation, tax evasion, everything else. Fucking Ivanka and Donald Jr. fucking both give testimony. He pleads the fifth fucking for 30 hours.
After having said in 2016 in Iowa, why would anyone take the fifth if they're not guilty?
But now I know why, because
it's like
now I know why, because it's a witch hunt. And then they showed like on it was even like he's pushed the boundaries so far that it being like Fox has to kind of go like, all right, that kind of fucking fishy.
Yeah, young Murdoch is said to, the report I read today is that behind the scenes is not very fond of what's been going on in the last few years with Donald. So it'll be interesting where they go with their coverage and their endorsements in the coming months, coming year.
As they said, he was using this for campaign. Who's to say fucking anybody's writing a check? Maybe somebody's saying, you know what, fucking DeSantis looks a lot fucking stronger right now. Maybe I'll write a check for Ron.
Could be. Kayfabe is
Florida man.
Florida, yeah, he's the fucking leading the charge, Florida man in Tallahassee there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fourth Reich.
Got 2 impressions out of you. We got Hop Sing earlier.